My best friend was bullied to the point that he was no longer the same person as before. Let me tell you a story. Back when I was 10 years old, I graduated primary school and I joined secondary school. Back then, at the time, I was having no friends at all. It was a fresh start for me, and it was the first day at school. I came to class, and then after a while, I started to look around to find some friends. And when I look behind me, there he is. He's quite big. His looks kind of intimidating, and but I tried to talk to him anyways. I told him, "Hello, you want to be my friends?" And there was a big smile on his face. Yeah, sure. Why not? What's your name? And then we start to introduce each other, and we became best friends since then. And since that day, we hang out a lot. And he was my first ever friend in secondary school. So I love him so much, like as a friend, right? I we went to his house, he went to my house, and we were just playing video games together for hours on end. And things was like thing was like a portrait, like a good picture. I think that I finally found my peace. But then few years later, I start to notice him acting kind of strange. And one day when we were sitting in class, it was break time. Everyone was running around and playing. And then my best friend, sat next to the door. And there was a group of students who, the naughty kids that saw him, and they attempt to make fun of him for being fat, for looking a certain way. Like they just pick him to bully. They say lots of bad stuff like, you fast piece of, like, I I don't know, man. Like, it was messed up. Like, it's and then at first he seems to, he tried to fight them back by, just swearing them off. And then but they keep on, insulting him and mocking his appearance. And you know breaks over, we start studying again. And when the school ends, I me and him was, walking back home. And he said that he needs to take he needs to he told me that he needs to have some personal space. And I left him alone for like 5 or 10 minutes. And I had to, a coffee shop to buy, like some coffee, and candy, or some sort of that, like that. And when I came back, I saw his tears. I saw him standing next to the side of the road, crying. Like, he was crying really hard, like. And then I came to him and I asked, "What's wrong?" And he just keep crying. And then he said, "I don't want things to be like this. I hate bullies. I don't want them to hurt my feelings." And that time I really felt the empathy. uh, and then years passed by, and he seems to forget about that incident already. uh, but however, things took an even darker turn when we were about to graduate secondary school. you know uh, it was an evening. I was scrolling on my phone, and I opened my group chat to look for the message from my teacher. But then I saw my best friends was arguing with two of the my peers in the same class, and they was they were mocking him as well. Like I couldn't believe it. Like my classmates, like two of those students, like one girl and one boy, they also that they always looks really nice outside. They study really well, and I couldn't believe that they were bullies. Like they body shaming him, they just insulting him with animal slurs, like, and then he just going mad in the the, the, the group chat. Like my best friend, he totally lost it. He was so out of control. Like he just keeps, like, he don't even know what to say. Like he just keep typing random letters because he couldn't express his feeling out to anyone there. Like the whole group just ignore him, and the two student keeps on pick up on his appearance again, and they just keep on saying best stuff to him. And you know I don't know if I should say this. Like I feel like I'm disrespecting my friends here, but you know, when before those incidents, he was a really normal person. He don't have anything. He doesn't came across as a weird person or something. But after those incidents, something in him has changed, man. He goes on the internet way more than usual, but and at that age with no guidance from anyone, like anyone, he got access to a lot of stuff of inappropriate stuff, not porn, but like furries and stuff, and his sexuality starts to appear at that point. Like it's puberty, so it's kind of normal. Again, I don't want to disrespect him, but this story just pop up on my head when I saw his comment today. I was watching YouTube, and then I saw his channel again, and when I check him out, he's still the same, but I don't know if he's doing okay anymore, man. I should check up on him sometimes. The thing here is that bullying is really common nowadays. I don't know if it's common or not, but in my experience, common bullying was something that the teacher were totally ignored. Like they just make the bully write a paper to say sorry and apologize to the victim, and everything back to normal. No punishment, no no discipline, nothing. They just keep on living their life. One of the bully that was harassing my best friends in the group chat, he's studying the same high school as me, and I never look at him once. I hate him so much, man. Like I could do some physical contact with him, like when I just saw him, like he was next to me, but I decided not to because it was everything is in the past now. And to the best friends, I don't know if you're watching this video or not. Maybe you randomly find me and watch me, but first of all, I want to say sorry because I think I just I don't want you to feel bad again, because I might trigger those feelings inside you again. So I hope you're doing well, and I'm sorry for just saying those things. And if you don't like it, I can take down this video, man. I shouldn't be posting this video at the first place, because it's just randomly pop up on my head, and I had the needs to say that bullying needs to stop. Like seriously, it can change a person so much, and you didn't even know it. Like I don't know what to say, man. If my best friend was not bullied today, he would live a great life. He probably does today, but who knows? Maybe he can do even better. I guess. Yeah, and I think that our generation or the world in general, the society needs to put an end on bullying. They need to have stricter rules for to punish those that bullies the weak, what the weak person, like the victims. Like, yeah, they need to get serious consequences, or else things would just go back to the way it is, and bullying just keep getting bigger and bigger, and it cannot be stopped if everything is loose, like right now. My school has done pretty well at handling bullying, but I'll say that not many schools can have that privilege. So I hope that I just wish that bullying was not a thing, man. Those that bullying other people, they are insecure themselves. Like, I'll tell you that, because I heard from one of the YouTuber I watched. He said that you know those who bullies others was born in a circumstances that not that have not been advantageous for them. The can they are their financial are pretty poor, and they always feel not intellectual enough for to be compared to the other kids at school who got full education, while they are not. They are all they just selling fish and meat with their parents, like. Yeah, and they have to find a way to, bully each other in order bully others in order to, you know, push his ego up, or her, I don't know, like for them to feel better about themselves by hurting other people. Yeah, I think it's need to actually stop, man. It's getting out of hand. Like, I just wish my best friend, the best, man. That's all I can say. I've not been talking to him for 1 or 2 years now, and I kind of, I kind of miss the memories between us. Like, it's part of my childhood as well, and I can actually feel him so much because I was also getting bullied sometimes, but not to that extreme degree as his. Yeah. So I just want to end the video here because I kind of feel emotional right now, man. Uh, yeah.